Okay, just give me a quick response if you guys are able to hear the audio. Looks wonderful. All right. So I hope just give me a quick response that are we done with XSS? Like we have been, completing XSS from quite a long time now. And we have completed a lot of modules of this courses. So which is the reason why today we are going to go into the most updated way, because today we are going to take it to the next level. I guess we have completed XSS. Like, just give me a quick response if we haven't. Last class was of XSS, as Mukesh has reported. Yes, definitely. We can take a quick recap about XSS, but I'm only able to see only one response. If we have completed, okay, we have completed only reflected XSS. All right. Okay, all right. So just reflected XSS is finished. All right. So we were middle of the stored. Okay. So today we are going to complete the XSS. We are going to complete all the parts of XSS. And today also we are going to take it to the next level because I really want you guys to get started with the hacking this week. And you may get started with the bug bounties as well, which I really want because I really want that somebody should definitely start hitting the bounties, and XSS and CSRF are the first step of that, right? So you're gonna have to get started with the bounties on HackerOne and Bugcrowd, and you can look for a lot of private programs as well. And like we have been also doing the testing for a lot of applications of Android applications and iOS Android applications. So we are doing the testing for that as well. So keep a very good eye on that. I prefer taking the students who are hitting a lot of bounties. I take them into the real life scenarios as well, because we get a lot of tenders related to web security. So I believe the SQL automation is done or not. Just give me a quick response. Yes, definitely. We are going to talk about the bug bounty as well in upcoming time. Okay, SQL automation is not yet done as well. SQL map. Nobody has told you how to get started with SQL map. Just give me a quick response. Sir, every time using SQL map in real time, it simply doesn't work. It simply doesn't work. That's why we have taught you the manual way as well. Anyways, so only Boolean based SQL injection. I'm asking about SQL automation. But anyways, so today let's go ahead and complete the stored XSS, DOM-based XSS, and let's get started with some of the case studies of XSS. And also today we are going to get started with configuring the Webgoat, which is going to take us to the next level, because here you will understand a lot of advanced level of attacks, which are really, really very important out there. And we'll be also then learning about the token exploitation, password reset endpoints, and a lot more. So today we are going to take a very good lab of Google. So let me see if that is still active out there or not. I believe it was there in my old lab. So let's wait for the link to open up. So, Google has also been hosting a lot of XSS labs, because there was this incident that somebody stored the XSS or instead of logo of Google, and they announced that they are looking to get the bounty of like $1, because Google is shutting down, and they have been serving you all for free from quite a long time, which is why they stored an image saying that we are just looking for a $1 of amount as a donation, so that we can continue our services. So which is why a lot of people have given the donation, on which they returned all the amount back to the users. And then later on they found that it was a bug that that was already reported, but they ignored it, which is why the user has done something like that. So you can just take a good look to it. This is a quick web bug bounty university that is introduced by Google. You can learn a lot of things from here as well. And you can learn about a lot of things, that how to get the report, what are duplicate reports, what are, what are invalid reports, and these kind of things are right here. Okay, so I'm looking for a lab hosted by Google. I guess if they have removed that lab or something like that. This is one of the lab that is over there. I guess I'm not able to find the link of that lab exactly over there. Mm, uh, that's a little weird because, earlier they were hosting this lab. I guess they have removed this lab into the recent days only. Let's see. Still the content of this page is moved actually, because you find a lot of things that are related to Google, and they have it on the Bug Bounty University that is listed over there. Okay, seems like they have removed the lab, which could be a little disaster for our today's class. But any which way, we are going to do something today. So what we can do is that we can, postpone the XSS class for tomorrow. Today, we can get started with a quick setup that I always wanted to tell you, because I really wanted to get started with this Webgoat. So let's keep the XSS for tomorrow, and tomorrow we'll be learning all about the XSS, and today let's go ahead and configure our Webgoat. So let's get started with the installation of Webgoat, and you'll be able to install the Webgoat, but there are few variables out there that I'm going to tell you, that you must have the Java already pre-installed inside your system, which should be there in order to run your Webgoat lab, because in a lot of industry based companies are still using Java, and they have been using them to communicate with the servers, and they have been using them in order to you can see that even this Webgoat platform is developed on Spring Boot, right? So we are going to configure Spring, and then we are going to configure Java as well, and then we are going to get started with this you can say your Webgoat thing out here. So let's go ahead and check out the GitHub of Webgoat, and installing anything in Windows as well is quite easy out there. Now there are two things into this Webgoat. Let me give you a quick example, or you can say let me give you what exactly the Webgoat is. Now Webgoat is also a lab like DVWA, And in this lab, you're going to find a lot of advanced level of attacks, because, in DBWA, we have been, figuring out that what exactly the XSS is, or maybe what exactly the CSRF is, what is SQL, onto a very, very basic level. But into Webgoat, nothing is easy out there. No simple bugs are there. There are very advanced level of bugs in which you'll have to run your brain. And, you're just gonna communicate over, you can say, a lot of times you're gonna have to communicate in between the cookies in order to solve the challenges out there. So these are the things out there. So in order to install this, first of all, you gotta have to have the Java installed inside your system, and I believe Java 17 was compatible out there. So let me go ahead and let me just name it as Webgoat. And inside this, I am installing Webgoat server. Now you have two files here into the Webgoat. The first one is Webgoat server, and second one is the Webwolf. Now Webgoat server is running your, you can say that is the server beside this Spring framework of Java, you can say. And Webwolf is responsible for all the other services that he has been running. For example, they have been running a lot of, mail-based services over there as well, because we'll learn how to breach almost everything over here. And you can see that Webgoat server is already downloaded. I'm going to download the Webwolf as well, because we gonna have to configure both of them. But anyways, you can just also have a look at this. You can see that they are using JUnit and Spring Boot, and you can see that they have moved to Java 15. I believe Java 17 is what I have installed previously, a lot of months back, in order to solve this lab. And also they'll tell you that how exactly you're gonna have to install this. So let's go ahead and try to read the documentation of this. So I'm going to go and I am going to have a look at okay. So now they have been also supporting this over the Docker as well. So I'm just looking to show you the exact instructions that they have been releasing over here. But if they have not been releasing that, that's okay. We are gonna configure this anyhow. Not the pull request. Let's see the discussions. Okay, seems like we are not able to find much of the things in here. Okay, so seems like we don't have anything here. So in order to get started with this, first of all, you're gonna have to install Java JDK. So you can see that Java 17, like I have already suggested that this must be there. So first of all, that you're gonna have to install the Windows version of Java. So you can see that this is the first result that I've got after hitting a simple query on Google, that is Java JDK download. And when I do that, onto the second link I have clicked, where you can see that Java SE 17 archive download is there. So I'm still looking to download JDK. So that is basically the Java development kit, and you get everything inside the JDK, and then you don't have to install things differently. So okay, so this is the JDK. They are not updated with the latest in these kind of things anyways. So you can see that there are different versions of Linux based system is here, Mac is here, Windows is here. So I'm going to go with the installer of Windows 64-bit. So I'm going to click in here and I'm going to save this file, and let me just put this file exactly into the folder of Webgoat. And I guess I have saved the Webgoat thing. I guess it was on the desktop. So okay, it's way inside in the desktop. So I'm going to copy this. Let me just manage my Webgoat first of all, and then I'm going to make a new folder, Webgoat prerequisites. This is one of my favorite lab, and this is like really detailed one, which is why I really love the Webgoat, and which is why we have introduced this inside this curriculum as well. So let me go ahead and download this inside the folder of Webgoat. So I'm going to save it to you. And you can also do this inside your Windows system only. So there is no need to just go ahead and start this all over again. So a few more seconds and our Java will be installed and we are done. So let's go ahead and get started and let's start installing our Java JDK and clicking on yes to give the permissions. Sir, please read my messages. All right. So I believe let's go ahead and let's read some of the messages for like next 5 minutes. Students who are, watching the recorded section may skip the class for like 5 minutes. I'm taking the questions because it's been quite a long time that I haven't had a word with anyone. And till the time we will keep on installing our JDK as well. So I'm going to do both the things all together. So let me put a next, and it's installing till the time I can, take the chats of my dear students. So, okay, so let me just have a look at the chat section. Okay. So we have received some of the questions. Okay, so every time using SQL map and real, it simply doesn't work. Yes, that's why I don't recommend using SQL map much. I recommend using and doing all the things on a manual basis. Okay, so please teach us automation of SQL map, which we can use in bug bounty. See, into the bug bounties, I don't prefer using, honestly, I don't prefer using SQL map. I try to breach everything manually. So yes, go ahead and try to breach these kind of attacks manually. So this could be a really good thing out there for you. And I want to hack Google and get a job from them. So you didn't get a job in Google like that. But yes, if you are back to back giving breaches, then there are high chances that you can get hired. But yes, I've spent like 4 to 5 years in order to find bugs on a very big organizations. So this is one of the mistakes that people do. If you are from the bug bounty platform and if you are looking to find the bugs and get a job, then these things take quite a lot of years. Like I've mastered ethical hacking from like 5+ years, which is why we have been taking tenders of a lot of newly launched websites and web apps and iOS apps. So yes, it takes time, and you don't get a job like that very easily. So make sure you give a good time into the information security and then just prepare and make a pathway on how to get a job over there. Because you're gonna have to make a pathway, you're gonna have to make your resume stronger, and it will definitely take years, if I honestly tell you. No fake hopes, but yes, this takes years. So which is why I don't give the fake hopes, and I recommend you to go ahead and get started with bug bounty. One of my friends, they have been finding bugs in Twitter like crazy. They have been finding bugs on Twitter like back to back, and I guess till now they have reported like around 18 to 20 bugs on Twitter. So that's how you come into their eye, and later on things starts happening. Okay, sir, SQL automation not finished, just Boolean. Okay, I got this point. Sir, how to install it? Yes, that's what I'm telling you. So share the link. Which link are you looking to get? Okay, we have got the GitHub link. Can you show how to install Java, please? Yes, that's getting installed in front of you. Okay, what is this file that, Manidhar has sent us? I guess we have, can we use OpenJDK? Yeah, you may use OpenJDK as well. Okay, so this is the encoding file that is also there into the GitHub as well. What all are we gonna learn today? Today we are going to install the Java JDK, and then we are going to get started with the installation of our new lab, that is Webgoat, and then we are going to get started. Okay, can we start freelancing after this course? Why after this course? This is what I'm trying to ask you people again and again. Said that why you haven't yet started finding bugs on HackerOne and Bug Crowd, I wonder. Because till this time I used to get this news that we 10 of the students have found the bugs, or like 15 of the students have found the bugs. And like the student who are going to find good bug bounties out there, I prefer working with them. I prefer giving them a chance to work with me as well. So make sure you keep a good eye on this. Okay, since we know that we have already installed Java JDK in here, just to give a quick check, let me just go ahead and check the version of Java and see that if everything is installed perfectly. So now you can see that Java is perfectly installed. I have Java 17 showing up inside my system. So this is a quick way to check if the Java is installed or not, or maybe like which version of Java is installed. So which is why you're gonna go with Java hyphen version, and that's how you check the version of Java. I think it's illegal. What is illegal? This is not illegal, man. I mean, we have been teaching this thing from quite a long time. And how can you say that it's illegal? Finding bugs is illegal. That's crazy. That's why the hacker one is into the town and bug crowd is into the town. And without testing, no product should be launched. You are not understanding the scenario, guys. See, what happens is that when somebody launches a product in any company at all out there, they cannot launch it directly. There are millions of dollars spent over the data, and that amount is of investors. And you say that their data is being breached, all the data that is keeping the worth of like millions of dollars or maybe thousands of dollars, and you're gonna take your face in front of an investor and saying him that, hey, our data got breached. I'm telling you that that is not going to play a good part to you. But this is why people recommend that you do your security audit and then you start some of your good company out there, which will help you to preserve your data, and it will help you to preserve some shame for your company, because these kind of bugs, they are really critical out there. So this is never a good idea, to go ahead and if the data has been breached or all around into the market. Okay, so seems like we have already installed Java JDK, so no more questions. We gotta have to focus on to this session as well. So we can see that our Java is already installed. The next thing we gotta have to do is that we gotta have to go and go inside this directory that is over there or on the desktop. So the easiest way to get the directory address is that you just come here, you just click here, and you can see that your directory is exactly in front of you. Okay, so if you are rotating in directory, it's never a good idea to keep a space in between the name. So I prefer putting hyphen in there, and this is how I want it to be. So this is going to be my new address. Earlier, we were able to see some spaces in here, which was definitely not good idea at all. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to simply go inside my terminal and I'm going to simply fire this command with the help of cd, and then I'm going to paste this and then I am going to hit enter. Now, once I do this, you can see that I am inside the directory of C user Subal, and Subal is the name of this desktop anyway for this time. And then like I've been using new desktop today, new environment today. And then you have this desktop in here and then the Webgoat prerequisites. Now you'll see error if you'll try to run a Java file in there. For example, let me tell you how. Just for the beginners, telling you this as a beginners, because the people who have been connecting this for the first time and they don't have much knowledge with Java, I would like to teach you that how to open a file that is related to Java. So first of all, you're gonna have to install the Java JDK in order to open any kind of Java file. And after installing the JDK, then you're gonna have to go ahead and you need to just prompt inside the directory where my Java files are there. For example, we have this Java file inside this folder. So the first step will be you navigate inside the folder where your Java files are already there. And then you copy this path, right? And then when you copy this path, put the CD and then just paste this path, and then you will get inside the directory where you want to rotate or you want to go out there. So this was a quick tip in order to save your time. Now, in order to open any kind of Java file, you're going to have to write here as java-jar. And then you're going to have to write down the name of the file. But in this case, you will face errors in here. I'll tell you how, because we have not encoded this file. We have not given the path of this file to, open up with the Webgoat. So for example, if I write here as Webgoat, you can see that I will prompt some errors sometimes, but I see I am not getting any errors in here. Let's see how this is going up for me. You can see a lot of things are getting installed for the first time in here in this system related to Webgoat, because I wanted to show you it all afresh. So it will take some time in order to, install these things right here. So let's wait for a few seconds, though you can see that inside the framework, they have been like a lot of username, password, authentication, and, I believe it must be dropping a lot of users in here. So let's wait for a few more minutes till it get installed. I guess let's check it out if it's already running in there. So in order to check if it's already running, the system is same. You're gonna have to navigate inside the local host, and then you're gonna have to check for the Webgoat. So let me go ahead and try this. So let me see if my localhost, I'm gonna go with localhost, and then simply I'm gonna write here. Let me see if my localhost is up. Seems like my localhost is not up and running in here. I guess if that's not running, and this is running, I believe. So yes, okay, this is one more thing that I've just now recognized, that I gotta have to define the port in here as well. Okay, so localhost, and then I gotta have to define the port 8080 if my Webgoat is running over there. And then let's see if that is running in here. Do we also need to install Java and Kali Linux? I believe that's pre-installed. You have the projects on network penetration testing to get a chance. We are mostly doing the audits for a lot of web-based companies and these kind of things. Okay, one more thing, you don't have to use XAMPP in here because we have been running this over the Springboard. Okay, so in order to make it running, we gotta have to put some debugging file that are the standalone file. First of all, have a look at this page, that is github.com/webgoat/webgoat. And then here you can see that we'll be able to find all the prerequisites. So you can also run this using Docker, which is quite easy out there. But this is something that we need to copy in here. First of all, we have to download the latest source. I guess we have, okay, we have gone for the latest release only. Let me go ahead and file this file. I guess I'm gonna have to stop this. Okay, so we have stopped this. Let me go ahead and clear. Okay, this is not Linux, so the clear command is not working. But now it is asking me to run this standalone project, because sometimes you can face a little bit of problems while configuring the Webgoat as well. So yeah, it's not super easy to configure this. Let me go ahead and run this file, and it says enable to access the jar file. Okay, so though this should not happen, but yes, I believe we'll have to run our mind in order to get started with this. Okay, so seems like it's not working like this in here. So I guess we have done everything like they have suggested us. Prerequisites is Java 17, which is why I have installed Java 17 in here. I guess we'll have to just config to install. I don't recommend using Webgoat inside your Kali machine, because mostly we'll be working on Burpsuit and Webgoat in this way. I guess this is same thing that we have been talking about. Yes, this was the same decoder file link that we have just now copied, and Manidhar has also suggested us for that. But I wonder why this jar file is unable to access. As far I have done this previously, I was just pasting this file and the things were happening. Seems like it is not getting pasted in here. Let's go ahead and write down this d file dot encoding. So basically, I'm just writing this exact same command in here. And let's go with utf-8-d webgoat. I believe this should be copied and pasted. Why are we not able to paste this? Okay, it's here. Unable to access jar file. Okay, let's see what are the other variable things or the other variable solutions we can get in order to install this. It's here on Docker. We are looking to run this. This is the problem with Java sometimes. Let me go ahead and see that why this is not running. Java-d file encoding UTF-8, Webgoat, and the port number is 8080. The Wolf port. So basically, yes, this is one more thing. Your Webgoat will be running on port 8080 and your Webwolf will be running on port 9090. This should work. Let me try to open the Webwolf if that's working. Let me see. It must be running on port 9090, right? So the thing, okay, so it was running, but I have no idea why it wasn't running previously. Let me go ahead and try to open my Webwolf as well so that I can show you. Don't worry, you must be thinking that, hey, how did it got started working suddenly? So I'm gonna tell you that I guess we were firing the right command, but we were not able to, we might not be able to complicate it. Okay, so let's just try to run for the Webwolf as well, because we're gonna have to configure both of them, localhost and then the Webwolf. So I believe the Webwolf must be coming in here. How come it is reloading twice? This is for the Webwolf. Take a look at file name. I believe I've written the same file name again. So I believe our Webwolf is not working at the moment. Okay, so we'll try configuring Webwolf in some time because we don't have much work for the Webwolf. But I believe this is not going to work again since we are going to hit the login thing in here. Okay, seems like it is working, but yes. Okay. So I believe there must be a little bit of confusion that how it got started. So I'm going to do this all over again. I guess when we were trying to go ahead and let me just open the terminal in here. When we were trying to, configure this with the UTF thing, then it was already working, but this is the link that I have copied. So it got, encoded into UTF-it, but it wasn't showing into a terminal. So this could also happen to you sometimes. So which is why you just, restart everything like I did. And I'm going to go into this directory once again. I'm going to hit enter. I'm inside here and I'm going to simply go with java-jar. And let's see if it is going to work with this. I don't believe that if it is going to work with this, because I think you're gonna have to run the UTF-it thing again and again. So once you are done with the URL encoding, we can see that it is starting our Webgoat server. So basically it is a Java. See, XAMPP was a PHP based server, right? Now we are changing the technology. And in this, we are going to play with token, and a lot of big corporates have been using a lot of JWT tokens and these kind of things, which is why we are getting started with this. So now you can see that JVM running for this, for this machine, you can say. So let me just go ahead and try to run this thing once again. So in order to run this thing, so right now what we did after opening up this, command prompt, we have been running our Java Spring Boot server. You can see that it is developed in Spring. So Spring Boot is what it is being developed in. So we have started our Spring Boot server with this help. So now we are going to check that if our Webgoat is working or not. So what I'm going to do is that after running this command, you're gonna have to go inside your browser. You simply have to write localhost, and then you're gonna have to define the port number, that is 8080. If you are opening your Webwolf, then you're gonna have to define 9090 in this case. So after this, you're gonna have to go ahead and go with the /, and then you're gonna have to write Webgoat. So W should be capital in all the cases, and G should be capital. So this is how it is going to work in front of you all. When you'll hit enter, then you will see that you will be able to see the login page, but again, we are facing some problem in here. Seems like it is not going to run like this. We gotta have to do the UTF-it, encoding every time we run this. Let's wait for a few seconds. Seems like this is not working like this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go with Control-C in here, Control-C to stop it. And the moment I stop it, it starts working. Okay. When I hit Control-C, it starts working. That's very weird. Let's try to see that if you are able to drop a new user, because today what we were trying to achieve is that we were about to complete the XSS and we were about to do the installation. But if we are successfully able to do the installation, then it is a good thing in order to check if the installation is done without any error, that you're gonna have to click on register new user. So you can give any name out there. I'm gonna put Saksham the computer guy as a new name. Because we will do all the bypassing and the hacking and these kind of things with this username here. And with the password, I'm going to give a dummy password. So let's go ahead and let me put a dummy password in here. I click on agree with terms and conditions. When I click on sign up, the password size must be 6 to 10. That's crazy. Let's see if they are going to accept this password. Now you can see that I have signed up successfully. And I believe this also moved very swiftly in here. Okay, so seems like everything is working fine. When I hit Control C into my terminal, then my Webgoat starts working. So you can see that now we can see all of more, vulnerabilities in here. There are client-side vulnerabilities also here, HTML tempering that you must be hearing quite a lot. And then tomorrow we are going to get started with SQL injection again. But now you must be asking, sir, hey, we have done this already. But trust me, you haven't yet done the SQL injection challenges into the advanced level. Like, you can check that these are the advanced level of challenges that you're going to have to figure out. And you're going to have to go with this JWT token, authentication password, by password reset, authentication bypass, secure passwords. So, these kind of labs are in here. So do you guys want me to give you the notes of how I have done the installation of Webgoat? If yes, then just give me a quick response. Okay, seems like a lot of people are asking for the notes. So in order to get these notes, what you're gonna have to do is that, okay, let me write down everything from the beginning so that you can check out that how this really got installed. Okay, so the step number one is that you're gonna have to install Java JDK 17. Now, some of the people must be saying that, hey, I have Java 18 or I have Java 16 or I have Java 14 if they are quite outdated. But I want to show you this like real quickly in here. Like this is my GitHub. So into the prerequisite section, it says that it requires Java 17. So, we cannot do anything much about it. So in order to, download Java JDK 17 that I've done right in front of your eyes. Here is the link of that. Step two. Then you're gonna have to download the file of, I believe, where is that file? This is some other file. Okay. So here inside the Webgoat, this must be the file. I didn't install or downloaded this file from here. These are different files, I believe. Let's go with the latest release. Okay, so this is the latest release. So make sure you install the file from the latest release only. So this is what you gotta have to install. So download latest release of Webgoat. And important files are you can see the important files are, make sure till the time I'm making notes for you, make sure you just have a look at these notes and side by side make sure you configure your Webgoat anyhow, because I'm telling you that sometimes installing and configuring this Java based things could be really tricky out there sometimes. So if you have any problems, just ask them right away. So download latest release of Webgoat. Important files are Webgoat server and then 8.2.2 and .jar is what is right here. And Next up we have is Webwolf. Now these are two important files. Just for a quick information inside the notes, that this will run on port 8080, right? And this will run on port 9090. So this will run on port 9090, because sometimes what happens that at an instance of attack, you're gonna have to use Webwolf at the same time of Webgoat. So which is why they are configured on different ports, right? So once you install this, then the step number three is go into the directory where your Webgoat files are there. Right after going into that directory, you're gonna have to go with the UTF-8 thing. So I'm just going to copy this command for you. So this is the standalone command. If you're running this standalone way, you have the other commands for Docker as well. So if someone is from DevOps or something like that, they can use the Docker as well. But I believe it works fine with the standalone, and you don't need to install Docker for such a small thing. So I'm going to give you the exact UTF-8 coding that they have suggested in here. So now here, open terminal in the same directory. Now, I'm just giving you a quick reveal about myself in between this session that, I have made a library, or you can say the checklist of 240 attacks. And, this is not done overnight. I have spent about 4 to 5 years in order to gather these attacks, in order to learn these attacks. But I'm really happy to make such a checklist. Now it's quite easy for me. When you do the bug bounty hunting, when you find the bugs, how do you do it? You make a checklist out of it. You cannot dream every time you see a website that, hey, excesses could be there. It doesn't work like that. You're going to have to make the checklist. And then first of all, you're going to have to go with the OSINT methodology. You're going to have to extract all the subdomains. You're going to have to extract all the links over there. And then you're going to have to get started with your checklist. So in order to hit the bug bounties, you're going to have to be really, really very disciplined. And you got just not from this course, you're gonna have to learn a lot of attacks other by reading the reports or by doing the self-study as well. So as much attacks, as much number of checklist you will increase, the higher your chances of bounty will be. And I believe I'll be teaching you around like we have taught around 8 to 10 attacks in this course, and like I'll teach you like 10 to 20 attacks more. So that is also a good amount of checklist in order to get started with the bug bounty. So make sure you make a checklist, whenever you learn a attack, and just put it in a checklist, right? So, okay, let's get back to the installation thing. And then after giving or completing this documentation, we will get started with something into the real life attack. So let's quickly get this. So go into the directory where your Webgoat files are, open terminal in the same directory, and then do the URL encoding by firing following commands in terminal, right? So this is the command that you're gonna have to fire, right? So this is after you'll fire this command, your encoding will be done, and you'll be you'll get all started with the Webgoat. So what you're gonna do next? So you're gonna go and open your browser, and in URL write localhost and then define the port number, that is 8080, and then /, and then W capital EB, and then G capital again, and then Webgoat. So this is what you're gonna have to write in here. And once you do this, you can also run the, for the first time, you're gonna have to install it first of all. So in order to install it, you're gonna have to run this command as well after doing the encoding, that is java hyphen jar and then the file name. So the file name in this case is, I believe this must be the file name. Let's see. This is the file name. Right. So you're gonna have to open this file with the help of Java. So command 1. And that's the command number 2. Okay, so these are the 2 commands that you're gonna have to fire if this is not working. In some cases only, control plus I guess control plus C. Okay, so this is what you're gonna have to try if this is still not working. Like in my case, it wasn't working and I tried with control C. Okay, so Webgoat installation notes are almost ready. Webgoat installation. No. Okay, so this is how you actually configure the Webgoat inside your system. Let me take few questions. Now I'm going to take questions for like next 2-3 minutes if you have any problem, and then we are going to take a quick 10 minutes break. All right. So I can see that people have been floating around the links. If I install Java 17, do my Websuit 1.7 will work? I guess I'll be installing Websuit as well, and I think it should work. Why it won't work? So I believe it should be working. Or you may try using the version of Websuit as well that is compatible with Java 17. You may find the crack patch as well of this if you'll find about it onto the YouTube or something like that. And then yes, this command works, Malhar. Can you share your checklist? Yes, I'll try to share the checklist, but it's quite a big one. It's the checklist of like 240 attacks in there. Send these command in WhatsApp group. Yes, I'll send these commands. Sir, Webgoat is opening, but Webwolf is not opening. Yes, Webwolf is not opening. My Webwolf is not opening as well. Let me try this once again. Yeah, so for the last time, I'm trying if my Webwolf is working or not. If it won't work, then I believe what I'll do is that I'll just find the solution and I'll get back to you that how to make your Webwolf running. But all the classes are, out there all the time. We'll be using Webgoat only, where I've shown you in few minutes back that how all the tags and the labs are there. Okay, let me try to go with java-jar because it has done the encoding already. No, first of all, I gotta have to go inside the directory where it is there. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is that I am going to be here. So let me just catch the directory with this command, and then I'm gonna go with java-jar and then the Webwolf thing. So not the web, this is a text file. Webwolf-jar. Please add -d encoding. Okay, so we have to do it's encoding as well. So okay. Hyphen D file UDF8. So this is webcode.jar. Let me just remove everything that is related to Webgoat. Okay, so seems like Java and our D file encoding UTF-8 is also here, like it is suggesting that you're gonna have to please add -d file encoding UTF-8. Then we have given the port number that is 9090, and then -jar is definitely Java -jar is what the extension is, and then the name of the file. Okay, so this should work now. So unable to access. That's weird. So seems like let me just undefine the port. Let's see that what error will we be getting, because we are done with UTF-8 thing. Okay, so basically it is not able to access, but last try. So Webgoat. Okay, so it's not working like this. Maybe I'll just find the solution by tomorrow, and I'll get back to you that how to run Webwolf. Though I believe it should work like localhost, and as far I remember, it was small Webwolf, and it was on port 9090. So I have to write port 9090 in here, and hot reload again. Okay, not working. So maybe I'll just find the solution and I'll tell you that how it will be working. Okay, the file you downloaded is not Web8. The file you downloaded is not Webgoat 8.2.3 jar. Okay, let me see. 8.2.2 it is, yes. So you may try downloading 2.2. That's not a big thing out there, but I've just downloaded in front of few people only. Okay, this is the 2.2 is what we have downloaded. Okay, 2.2 is perfectly working. Okay, yeah, I'm running command for 2.3. Okay, now I got the point. Okay, so this is why. Nice observation, Yovo. Thank you for telling me that. Okay, so yes, sometimes we do these kind of mistakes, but thank you for telling me that. Okay, not working. Now it should work maybe. So Java D file encoding UTF-8 and then Webgoat 8.2.2. I was talking about Webwolf, right? So why Webgoat is here? I believe Webwolf should be there. Seems like everything looks fine to me now. Let's see if it is working. Wonderful. So seems like my Webwolf will also work this way. Thank you for a quick fix. And I can see that my Webwolf is getting installed for the first time. Okay, so seems like it is working. You can see that whenever you see the prompt which says JVM running, which means it is all ready to get started. Okay, so let me go ahead and let me go with localhost, and then I'm gonna go with 9090, and then I'm gonna go with Webwolf. Okay, so seems like my Webwolf is also running. We have found the solution. Thank you for a really thank you for a quick fix, man. We have just now fixed it all. Okay, so I'm going to share this command to you all. So basically in this Webwolf, you'll be able to see everything that goes behind the line of a user. For example, you will be able to see that what are the incoming requests for this user. For example, I've just now, created a user with this. I believe invalid password. Okay, so the password, I guess I have forgotten the password. Okay, so I know now. So you can see that I have logged in with the same user. So you don't need to create a new user into this Webwolf. I've logged in with the exact username that I have signed up onto the Webgoat. So you can see that I am inside the account of Saksham the computer guy. So basically, like the burp suit, you can see that this is the timestamp and these kind of things. They will, I'll tell you what exactly these things are. And you'll see more incoming requests like the burp suit in here, but we'll be using burp suit on the priority. But you can see a lot of things happening inside the incoming request. Then you'll be able to see that what are the different JWT tokens as well, because it's really important to understand that what exactly the JWT token. Maybe in some time I'll tell you that what exactly the JWT token is. And then you can see a lot of files that you can upload inside the. You can check out your mailbox as well, because in some time we'll also learn that how you can just breach in inside somebody's mailbox as well, because these are the scenarios as well. So these the sometimes your mailbox requires the different port in order to run the mail services, because SMTP servers are different, and the servers where your websites are getting hosted, they are different, which is why they need different port to run them. So this is how you're gonna run your Webwolf. Okay, so I'm going to add few more nodes. Okay, so that you can also run your Webwolf as well. So open your browser and in URL write localhost, that's for the Webgoat, and for Webwolf, what you're gonna have to do is that you have to do, I guess you don't have to do the encoding twice, because I believe in this command, you are already doing the web encoding for Webwolf, and you are doing it for the Webgoat as well. So I guess it should be 2 in here as well, right? So okay, so we have been using this version. So in order to run this run this thing for the Webwolf, what you're gonna have to do is that I'm gonna go with step 5. Okay, so what I did was java -jar, and then I did the UTF-8 thing. So this was my command. I'm not sure if I'll be able to copy this, but anyways. So this was the command that I've written for the Webwolf. Java and then -d file, it was saying that it is missing. It is always a good idea to define the port, that is 9090, and then we simply write java -jar and then the file name to open any files, which is what I have written in here. And then access your Webwolf by going inside your URL box, and inside the URL box you simply have to write localhost / and then the port number 9090, and then okay, not like this, and then port 9090, and then / and then you gotta have to write Webwolf. Now there is one thing that you need to notice, that inside when you go ahead and write Webgoat, then the W will be capital and W will be capital again. Into the Webwolf, it is not going to be the case. Here you can see that everybody is writing W capital and G capital is what we are doing in here. I didn't define the step to what to write into your browser, right? Go to the directory, open terminal, open your browser. Okay, here it is. Now here you can notice that it's localhost port 8080 with capital W and capital G, right? And here you have like Webwolf with small w and small w again. So make sure you keep this as a quick note. So this is how you configure the Webwolf and Webgoat. So difference between Webwolf, Webgoat, I've just now mentioned that, into the Webwolf, you'll be able to see capital W is also working for Webwolf. That's great. So I just told you that how you are, facing, see, the challenges are there into the Webgoat, and behind the things are there into the Webwolf. We won't be using Webwolf much, but yes, we'll be using Webgoat most of the time. Okay, so seems like we have in step 3, command 1 will fail. Let's see. Java -d UTF-NK. No, I don't think so. It will fail. May I know why you are saying that it will get failed? Uh, I don't find the reason for getting it failed. I just changed the 8.2.3 to 8.2 because WebGo 2.0 jar is not the file downloaded. Okay, so I have to close the file. Right. But I guess the encoding will be done by this way as well. But yes, we gotta have to add server more as well in here. So server, yes. So this is a quick fix again. Thank you very much once again. So Java-d file encoding. Let me just see all the commands once again so that everything is running and happening right in here. So JDK from this link, download and latest release from the Webgoat. Yes, this is right. Important files are these two files. These two file names are the important ones. And then go to the open terminal. Yes, this is right. Command number 1 is Java D file encoding UT. So just for a quick knowledge, UTF-8 is the encoding method used by the URL. And then the Webgoat port 8080, Webwolf on 9090. Okay, and then the Webgoat server. Okay, jar. Okay, and then the Java-jar for this. And then for the Webwolf, this is going to be the thing. Okay. So in case you can also try this, we have already been using D file encoding in here. Okay, yeah. So you can also fire these commands individually as well. For example, you can go for java-d file.encoding UTF-8, and then you can just define the port by -d and then Webgoat and then .port 8080, and then directly you can write the name of the jar file that is Webgoat server 8.2.2.jar. What is the encoding process in Notepad? Notepad like doesn't has this encoding process. Like I'm not sure about this, but I'm talking to you about this URL thing. Like this URL is using UTF-8. All right, so I guess we have successfully done the installation. It's 4:30, so as usual, it's our break time. So we are going to take a quick 10-15 minutes break. So I'm going to open a text pad and let me write here as break time. So till the time, I believe you can just complete your installation as well. You can just have a quick glass of water or something. So break time till 4:45. Take a quick 10 minutes break, and then I'll be back once again. Okay, so the port this is in use environment value. So make sure, Gautam, you just stop the services that are related to XAMPP. I guess that is why it must be, giving you that error. Your XAMPP must be using that. All right. So you can zoom Notepad with Control C++. I can do that, though you guys are going to see everything. Okay, take a complete zoom on my new 4K screen. Okay, that's it for some time. I'll take a quick 10-15 minutes break and then I'll be back again. Hello, fellas. I hope you're still there. And now we are going to get started with the exercise. Okay, so just give me a quick response if you guys are active enough in here. Okay, so seems like everyone is quite active here. Okay, so now let's get started with exercise like I have promised. So this thing came up into my time, had a tea. That's great. Like I think Hitesh sir is consuming more tea, I believe. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in on. Let's again try to find the XSS lab by Google. Okay. So this is the first link that I'm getting, but honestly, I haven't yet ever. Okay, give me a second. I believe. Okay, fellas. So, like, seems like an interesting one, and I haven't ever attended this because I was just using the Google Lab. There they have given a very good demonstration about XSS, and I believe that they had a very good bugs in there. But anyways, Google is so serious about finding bug and fixing XSS issue that we are playing mercenaries up to $7,500 for dangerous XSS bug, right? So, like I told you sometimes back, a story about Google that how they got hacked and how somebody stored an image over there for the donation, and that was done onto the home page of, you can say, the search page of Google, which was quite embarrassing for Google because the hacker has reported this to them already, that this kind of bug exists, and like the scenario that is going on around us, like right now, and that they have been ignoring these kind of stuff, and they don't know that how brutal it could be. It happened the same way with the Google as well. They ignored that request, they ignored that report. It was reported by some of the common man like us only, and that he was not a part of the Google team. So he reported it, and they denied to give him any bounty, and they just ignored his request. And then later on, they figured out that how brutal it could be. So, which is why XSS is one of the most interesting attack that we can ever learn. But anyways, let's see what do we have in this lab. So like I'll have to read all of this like all over all again. So I'm not sure how many challenges I'll be able to solve, but let's go ahead and try to see that how hard this lab could be. Okay, so this level demonstrates a common cause of cross-site accesses where user input is directly included in the page without proper escaping. Interact with the vulnerable application window below. Okay, make it execute the JavaScript. You can take actions inside the okay, so we have to take action inside in here, and mission update inject a script to pop up. Okay, so this is, I believe, a level 1, which is why they are giving a simple alert pop up in here. So okay, this is also one thing I believe you must have checked this, that I don't know what Mukesh has taught you, but there are some fundamentals that you need to take care of when you go ahead with XSS, and you take a lot of bounties for XSS. Into the starting, when I started my bug bounty career, I started going with XSS attack because it is quite easy out there as compared to anywhere else, and it can be stored at a lot of places, which could be really brutal for anyone. For example, you have your profile name, right? You enter your own name, or you can say the username. What I used to do with that, I always used to store the accesses in there, right? So this is how you store the accesses, which could be really brutal for anyone. Because suppose if there is a platform on a if there is a profile on a platform where they are they are just storing a lot of things over there, storing your name, and people are finding your profile with your name. But instead of your name, I store the accesses, and whenever you visit my profile, you get this alert popper saying that you're hacked, right? So that could be really amazing for you, and definitely a very bad thing for that website, because it is definitely going to hurt their reputation, right? So this is a simple alert tag, and in order to check that out, that what and how the impact is going on, or if the excesses exist or not, then first of all you try for the HTML injection. That, for example, if I write here as test, right? If I search simple test in here, you can see that test is coming here with this much of text, you can say, or this much of font, you can say, the test. But if I try again, notice that this is coming up with the same font that is coming up, the same font size. You can see that sorry, no results were found for. Now this statement has some, like, I believe 22 must be the font size of it, and exactly the 22 is the font size is of test, just that it's into the bold size. So this is what we get when we write the test in here. But when we go with h1 tag, that we all know that it is associated with HTML heading tag, in which you increase the size. Like, there are 4 or 5 types of h tags, like h1, h2, h3, and these kind of tags are there. So I'm going to go with h1 tag to show you the difference if the HTML is getting injected over there or not. If the HTML is getting injected, then definitely your XSS script will also run. But this only happens in some cases. But just for the remedy, a quick remedy, you can say that first of all, this is the first thing that I try while finding the XSS. But in some of the cases, you'll be hitting the targets directly onto the images that are there already. But we'll be learning that into the advanced level, I believe. But right now, let's try to breach this. So first of all, I'm going to go with heading tag. I believe this should also work, though it is an XSS lab, but yes, this should be there always. So search in, yes, it's here in this lab as well. You can see that the font size of test is increased, which is how the HTML is getting injected, and it is working as well, and it is going inside this web page, right? So if I try this again, because I simply have to go with a simple alert tag, right? So for the simple alert tag, I'm gonna go with script. Just a quick refresher is what I'm giving you, because right now we are more focused on making you to learn about the stored accesses that Mukesh hasn't yet covered, I believe. So I'm going to go with script alert, and then I'm going to go with accesses. So this is how you define the function of accesses. And then I'm going to close this tag, and I'm going to then close the script tag. So this is how you close the script tag. Now, I believe Mukesh must have covered your basics, that how the script came up. So let me just remove this break thing. So let me create a big line, and let me write here as accesses. All right. So the step number 1. So step number 1, try injecting HTML tags, and most preferably try injecting a h1 tag, h1 heading tag, and observe if the search keyword font is increased, right? So this could be a step number 2. Step number 2, like, I just want to give you a quick brief example that there are 3 kind of accesses. So the accesses is something when you reflect the prompt whenever you write it into anywhere where your website is taking actions. Because suppose if there is any box out there like CSRF, you can say, So whenever you search something or wherever there is any basically the form field where you can insert any parameter, you can say, there you can insert this XSS injection. And there you most of the time we try to give the alert pop-up, because into the alert pop-up we can show a lot of things. We can show a lot of cookies of the user, sessions, and these kind of things as well. So most of the time we go with the alert pop-up thing. And how to write alert pop-up thing? You go with the script tag. That's how you initiate the JavaScript, right? And then you go with alert, and then you define the function. See, everything is a function in there, and then you give the parameter in between the single quotes, right? So you can give it as a test, and then you can end your script tag, right? So like we know, we close the script tag with / into the JavaScript, right? Now, what happens is that this is the first kind of XSS that is called as the reflected one, right? And then you have the second one is that is the DOM based XSS, that is DOM based, in which see what is DOM? It is document object model. So in this, we are more concerned about breaching this document, right? So when you breach this document could be anything. For example, it could be an image, or it can be any document onto the website by which you can you can just bring the changes over the XSS over there. You can go with some really neat tricks out there, which we are going to learn into the upcoming time from now. So here you have this document object model in here. So what you're going to do here is that you're going to find some image, or you're going to go with image src attack, and you're going to go with any other document that is related over there. You try to attack on this document that is over there. So try to attack on a document into the XSS, whether it could be any image or PDF, viewer, emulator, or it could be anything out there, right? And in order to know this, there are a lot of image, or like img, or like img or on click. These kind of events are already there into the JavaScript. So these kind of tags are what you can use with the DOM based of XSS. But in order to go ahead, I believe the level, okay, let's complete the level 1 at least, so that our reflected XSS is completed. I believe this is also, I feel this is also a good lab. But it doesn't matter that where are you learning, which lab is it. Your concepts should be clear. See, I haven't yet tried this lab, but I'm not scared of it, because I know what else could it be. It could be a simple reflected XSS, right? So I'm gonna go with alert, and let's say hacked is what I'm gonna write. Then I'm gonna end the script tag like I have done a few minutes back with this XSS. You can see that, yeah, congratulations, you executed an alert that says hacked. So this is how you execute the alert, right? So you can now advance to the next level. That's okay, fine. Okay, so before we advance to the final okay, advance to the next level. Okay, so no, I'm not going to try again. I'm going to advance to the next level. Based on your browser cookie, it seems like you haven't passed. Okay, I haven't passed. Wow. Okay, so this is the challenge number 2, right? But this says it's level 1. And it has prompted me congratulations as well. Wow. That's weird. Let's go ahead and try to pass this level again. Okay, so I'm gonna go with script tag alert. You can now advance to the next level. Okay, advance to the next level. Oh, what is this happening on this lab? Based on your previous code, it seems like you haven't passed the previous level of the game. Please go back and into the previous level, it says that you have successfully completed it. Congratulations. Wow, that's really weird. But anyways, let's find the solution. By the way, one more thing, when I was thinking of switching the browser, this is also one of the things that sometimes you find the accesses on Firefox due to the URL encoding, but you don't find the same accesses on the Chrome browser. So yes, there is a lot of compatibility of browsers as well, in between browsers as well, when you just find these things onto the Chrome or maybe Mozilla Firefox out there. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna open my Firefox. Maybe there must be some issues with the cookies or something like that with that lab. So I'm gonna go and Google this lab once again. Let's see which lab is going to show up. Earlier, there was a very neat documentation of the Google lab that I was talking about into the starting of this class. They had very neat documentation about how to go with DOM, how to go with reflected, how to go with stored. That was really nice over there. But anyways, Google XSS lab. Don't know which is this lab coming up. Okay, I quickly want to complete this script, and I believe it was alert and single quotes XSS, and I'm going to end this. I really wish to go to the next level. Hey lab, what are you doing this? Yeah, you can now advance. When it says you can now advance to the next level, better you take me to the next level. What is this lab? It's weird. It's even executed in here as well. Okay, I was just giving you a quick refresher for the reflected accesses, but as you can see that you're gonna have to proceed with the advanced level of accesses with this lab one by one, which is why I was doing it again. Just put it empty. It should be empty. This is level 2. No, this is not level 2. Keep it empty. It is designed. Check that chat. Kept alert. It is running that way also. I've tried. Is it like giving it is making you to jump on level 2? Just give me a quick response over the chat, because uh, it's really weird. Okay, you guys are not able to jump onto level 2 as well. Just give me a quick response. I have no clue what kind of cookies it is searching, but it is really annoying. Let's see the hints. What does it say? See the source. Weird. What happens when you entered? All right. One last hint. Wow. Not allowing, just showing. Weird lab. No idea what Google is doing on. Whoops. Okay, I was about to, show you some advanced level of accesses that are DOM based and deflected based. But I guess let's go ahead and check out some other lab. Else, I'll be finding something else for you. I just want the accesses lab. Because I'm confident enough, I know that I'll be able to breach them down for sure. It is asking for my Google account. Weird. People have been defeating this game as well. trying for the last time, else I'll take a quick off, and then tomorrow I'll just prepare for you people a really good lab where we can try the exercise in. Yeah. Okay, so seems like there is some problem coming up into this lab, which is why it is not allowing us to go to the next level. So I really apologize for this quick weird thing that happened unplanned onto this game .appspot.com. But maybe tonight I'll just find a wonderful lab for you. That is, yes, I just want to figure out some more options where we can just, find the best labs where we can learn the exercise, because this reflected exercise, this doesn't makes much sense, because it is not giving any harm. But whereas DOM based exercises are really good, and the reflected exercises are the best ones. In some of the cases, you don't even get the bounties for the reflected exercises, which is why I don't like it much. But anyways, since there is an uncalled problem that has happened on this lab a few minutes back, which is why we are not able to continue this session of exercise. But in today's class, what we have done so far, we have just configured the lab for Webgoat and Webwolf, and we have done a only reflected exercise once again. Tomorrow, I'm going to extract the lab where we are going to learn about the advanced level of exercise, that is DOM based and the stored based exercise. And then I'm going to show you a wonderful case study, because it's been quite a long time that we haven't yet done any case study from so long. So tomorrow I'm going to show you some very amazing case studies that are related to XSS. After completing the exercise, I'll try to initiate the first level of attack on Webgoat, since we have installed it and configured it. So even I'm very excited to get started with this. Till the time you can get started with this XSS game.appspot.com if it's working fine for you. And till the time you can get started with your Webgoat as well. So I hope you have a lot of things to do today. You have a lot of things to explore today. Yes, you can also try for the Portugal lab as well. But I think I would like to keep this session crisp and clear till here only. Okay, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm here for a few minutes. And if you don't have any questions, then we are going to keep this session till here only. Okay, MacBook Pro 16-inch, 16. Okay, I'm not going to give you the suggestions for the laptops in this session, but I don't recommend Apple for the, you can say, hacking, definitely. This is also like AppShot. Okay. This is also like AppShot. But it is asking me to sign in, and then I get suspicious from such hacking things. So I'll have to check it out later on. But don't worry, tomorrow I'll keep a very good lab for you, by which you'll be able to understand the advanced level of accesses. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask, else that's it for today. All right. So seems like we are not getting much questions today because we have only done the configuration part. But I hope you must be enjoying this, and now it is going to be a really roller coaster ride, because tomorrow I'll try to cover a lot of attacks tomorrow. So make sure you don't skip tomorrow's class. And that's it for today then. So that's it for today. If you have any more doubts, just feel free to come to our WhatsApp group and connect with our Skype and these kind of different things. Webwolf question mark. What about Webwolf, Samir? Just quickly ask. How do we know which one to use? See, for the attacks, if you are learning, suppose like a DVWA advanced lab is Webgoat. There you gotta have to solve the challenges on Webgoat. Webwolf is just to see the request and the incoming request you can see on Webwolf. You can check the mail server over there. So only these things are there into the Webwolf. You're gonna have to initiate the attacks on the Webgoat only. You have the challenges and the things to do into the Webgoat only. Okay, yes, I have also received some of the email for the WhatsApp group link. So maybe after this class, I'll reply them all and I'll share you the WhatsApp group. Else, you can contact on iNeuron's support as well. There you can ask them that, hey, I want to get added into the cybersecurity group, and I'm pretty sure that our support will be helping you out for sure with that as well. So seems like I'm not getting any questions. So we are going to keep the session till here only, crisp and clear. But tomorrow we are going to initiate a lot of attacks. So make sure you configure this Webgoat without any excuses. If you face any problem, then we are here for you. But that's it for today's class. I hope you have enjoyed it again. And tomorrow, yes, I'm going to come back again with a lot of attacks. But that's it for today. I'll see you again tomorrow with some more interesting attacks. Yes, see, if I believe this is not error is not from our side for this XSS lab, Pratik. I hope we must have been jumping on to level 2, but since we are facing some problems, so I'll tell you, I'll just find the best resource in the market for the XSS for you. So no need to worry about this. So yes, that's it for today, and I'll see you again tomorrow with some more interesting attacks. That's it for today. I hope you have a great weekend ahead, and don't forget to join tomorrow's class.